again.
Well, I don't know what's going on. We have no weather. I don't know what's happening. Any better? Okay. Yeah, like I
Where
said,
do
I don't
you
know what's going
modify
on.
the
The
volume of
sun's
individuals?
shining.
I see now. I had to. I couldn't do it from the panel on the left. I had to do it in the main panel in the middle. Yeah, I find it now. I already had him dialed up, so that's from last time.
Is that banging just Ethan running?
How many bodies is he moving?
Wow.
My kids had interesting. I call it elephanting when they stomp up the stairs and across the corridor. And if they're caught elephanting now, they have to walk slowly up and down the stairs 20 times. It tends to focus the mind.
Except that Ethan wasn't really being obnoxiously loud. He was just running from one end to the other, and that's it. Like not even like heavy running.
Don't talk to me about feet. I'm having a very bad time this week with feet. I've off also not well. No, that's been relatively light on me. Bit grotty for until Monday, and after Monday, it's been easing off. But then I also had a severe attack of gout, and I could not even walk on my left foot. So I've been hobbling around on a crutch since Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's not been fun. And then earlier today, when it started to feel better, the dog decided to launch himself into a jump off that exact spot on my foot, which was painful.
Oh,
Just feels like someone slowly sliding a shard of glass into my foot over the span of a day or two. Yeah, it's nice.
ouch.
Oof, yeah. Well, this is the third time I've had COVID, so and I was fully vaccinated, so I'm hoping that this was just a sore throat and a done and done job, but we'll see. Why? What's the symptoms of long COVID you're dealing with? Ah, yeah, that's not nice. Uh, we're all getting older, falling apart.
Sure.
Sure. Should be. Yeah. Yeah. I think we put up. I was gonna say, yeah, did that with 3 people up top, and then we brought the.
Yeah, that's how I got my 3 wounds that I've got. I remember now. It dropped on my head, huh?
I think you dropped. Yeah.
So yeah, Tor, you're the only awake one here.
Yeah. So I was mentioning it. Once we get out of what I'm interpreting as the immediate danger, I'm going to up top. I mean to say, I'm going to check them, check their pulses, check if they've got any visible wounds, any kind of deposits around nostrils or anything like that I can wipe away. If not, then I'm just going to try to wake them up normally. Yes.
Why would there be slime?
Plus, the
I was just
particles.
thinking. Yeah, we're just going to the spores in the air there.
I am said why I remember the last game.
Jen, you're cutting in and out like a lot there. That was completely non-understandable.
Exactly. Exactly. I why I don't remember the last and
Nope.
barely
Nope.
hear it. I'm up.
Which is perfectly understandable before. I don't know what changed.
So does shaking or expressions of war on the face change anything? Shaking their bodies or splashing a little bit of water on their face. but my check of their sort of vital signs didn't lead me to believe that they are immediately in danger or anything like that. They just seem to be deeply sleepy.
Can you understand?
You cut out again.
I'm on the phone.
Push the top.
I see her activity light pulsing on and off and then cutting in and out with the pulses, but it's almost like she's got push to talk, but it's just stuttering, on and off, on and off, on and off.
I don't even there's a push to talk available to the phone.
Ah, yeah, she's on her phone. Yeah, I have no idea then.
Yes, I'm on my phone.
That worked.
That sounded good. Well, as I recall, we're at the foot of some type of a old statue or frozen troll or something like that, something troll-ish, a tree-ish variety, the Entis variety. So is this I believe you remember the map, it seems like it's a semi-defensive position. Okay, well, absent us just drag them out of here, which I guess I'm sure that we may run into encountering something on the way out. I think I would prefer to just up here for a few hours and see if the symptoms wear off. And if we do, we can just post up sort of down the hallway, sitting there, with it perked. Or actually, the other option was to have Sorak there since he can see in the dark. Are you guys here?
Yeah,
That's what we'll
don't
do.
have
We'll have
much to contribute because I'm out cold, so leaving it all up to Tor.
That's what we'll do for the time being. Then we'll post Sorak down the hallway a little bit. I believe that it wraps around sort of. So I've been posting there with his dark vision active, and we're here for a couple hours and see if the symptoms change.
Open or in the tower? Ow.
Did you just say beat at 21?
It's going to be really tough.
Yeah, I think 5% chance of beating a 21. I mean, wait, beating a 21 or meeting a 21?
So we both have 15% chance. We're okay.
I'm watching as well. If it becomes obvious, the grayness. Okay, I'm going to try to. Well, I'm going to cast my restoration spell on Arista, see if that has effect. It's just it's just a roll, but it basically it deals with things that reduce attributes and that kind of thing.
Oh, that's a point. I forgot I'm an elf. I don't know whether that has anything to protect me against magical sleep. Maybe I should not even be asleep at all. Yeah, I need to.
Maybe you should just be dying. Maybe the elfie of you makes you die faster.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the class in the books because it's a long time since I looked at it. Need to find the right book first.
And apparently I'm having an allergic reaction.
Look, looking at both of them, do either of them have one of the amulet health already on their person? If one of them does, okay, I have one. So one of them does not. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Say again, please.
I can't understand what Tor is saying because it's cutting out every other syllable.
I was asking if you have amulet. Okay. I think that it might be at least somewhat beneficial to put those on each of their necks to sort of perhaps magically infuse them with the ability to resist whatever is taking over their body. That's one on his neck and one on. Yeah, it's a +2. It's an enchantment bonus to con a +2. Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, somebody made.
Yeah, for reference, elves are particularly resistant to spells and spell-like abilities that charm or unnaturally cause sleep. When making saving throws against these types of spells, so it is specifically spells, an elf receives a +10 bonus. Elf spell resistance also allows saving throw against sleep, even though sleep does not normally have a saving throw.
Should I just keep rolling until I meet this 21? Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Is if I just keep rolling, then you can figure out what danger I've been exposed to.
Well, no, because now I'm awake, there may be ways to get you out of there without. So you rest somewhere a little safer, for example.
No, I'm here. I'm just don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Because, yeah, that's why I'm confused.
Okay. Okay. I am just checking my runes because I have one that may be able to help in this situation. Maybe. It may also definitely not help, but we shall see. I can't find it. Let me see if I can find the adventurous spell. I am very much due some runes, but the thing is, I need to study them, and I have literally not had time to. My character's not had time to study them because we've just been bouncing from one thing to the next. Hang on. I have a rune that I've not used yet, and it's in a book that I have over here. Hang on, I'm getting a physical book.
Must be. I don't really get very many to start with. And I think if I recall correctly, I've been rolling pretty shitty. No, that's not right. I don't think I have any.
Yeah, checking my body. This grayness disturbs me, and I guess this is also new to me. I've never heard of anyone turning grey with any kind of poison or sleep spell. Yeah. But did that make people's skin grey or not? Ah, okay. Okay, I have a rune called Dreaming, which allows me to enter someone's dreams, as far as I can tell. So and they can even use their abilities from within their dreams if I enter their dreams. So what I'm thinking is if I use this rune to enter Arista's dream or dreaming state, and then I can explain to her what's happened, and then see if she has any spells that she can use that may help her to escape her dream situation and wake up. This is I never like it when the GM likes a plan. It means something horrible is going to go wrong. So yeah, I ask Tor and the others if they can guard my back while I try to enter Arista's dreams. So the setting of the dream is mine to choose with this rune. So I will have it. Yeah. So the dream itself is as powerful as a rune mark desires. Simple dreams once cast can maintain themselves. However, complex interactive dreams require the rune mark's full attention. So if the dream is a simple sandy beach with sun and wind, the rune mark may pay no attention to it. Such dream sustains itself. But if I also want the wind to change, a storm to buffet the dreamscape, then I'd need to maintain. So I'm going to have the dream room be the room that we stayed in the most back in the inn at the keep. So that she's just there. So a familiar space that's known to be relatively safe. And then I will appear to her in the dream, and I will explain that we've just been down to a cavern, a space under the caverns, and inhaled some dust, and it's put us into a dreamlike state, and we cannot wake her. And to encourage her to wake, and to also encouraging. Could I fold space with her out of her dream state? Because it has an example in the book. For example, Grego casts Dreaming upon Jared the Mad, makes necessary charisma check, finds himself. Grego then wishes to move Jared to another plane and scribes Snare rune, creating a pit trap in front of Jared. So it seems that I can use runes within dreams. So, yeah. Whoa. So, fold space. Yeah, so that's the thing that lets us hop between locations. But here I would just be using it to bridge between the dream world and the waking world. So I will appear to her in the dream, explain to her the situation, create a portal back to the waking world to hopefully wake her up, and then try and encourage her to step through the portal and wake up. That would cost me 1 for dreaming and 1 for the fold space, yeah.
I'm here.
So yeah, I appear to you in a dream where you seem to be sitting in the tavern in the inn at the keep, and I explain to you the circumstances that have led to you being asleep. I inform you you are asleep, but it is important that you wake up as soon as possible. And then I make I inscribe a rune on the wall in quote marks, the wall of the dream, creating a portal, and tell you if you can step through this, it'll take you back to the waking world.
Great. Can we have it wake us in the library at A&OK?
This will wake you up where you physically are. I can make you wherever you want in your dream world, but in reality, we're not moving yet.
I don't think you understand. I really need to get to the library at A&OK.
We can go there after you wake up, if we need to. You can explain to us all about that when you wake up. But right now, we all need you to be awake, because it looks like you're not very healthy with the things that you've inhaled, and I think that you need to wake up to heal yourself.
So I'm a little resistant to leave because I want to find the lady that was just here.
The lady,
I'm not resistant. I'm Mark. I'm a little hesitant to leave because I keep looking for the lady that was here.
Okay.
Okay, and there's no that she may be coming back anytime soon. Okay, so okay, and I'm sorry, Pete. Did you tell me what happened that I fell asleep? What made me go to sleep?
Yeah, I tell you all about the pit, that we went down there, that some spores were released, made us sleep. Companions have pulled us out, but now you need to wake up because your body is not reacting well.
Okay.
So just step through. Step through so we can heal you.
Yes, that's what I mean by okay.
So you step through?
Yeah, yes. And now what, Mark?
Okay, so now I will let the dream world fall away and I will return myself to the regular world and pay attention to Arista to see if it had any positive effect. Ah, you're awake. Good.
So it starts to move. When she starts to move, I'll check her, make sure that she's not overcome or anything like that. If she tries to stand up, help her. And same thing with Veriton, although he's probably already stood up.
So, Arista, these symptoms, this grey skin, your own blisters, do these? Is there something you can do? Is this something you recognize?
Recognize? Nope.
The only people I've seen with such grey skin are the users of that dust.
Really? Darn it! Where did I put that stuff?
Do you think maybe it's made from these spores?
Could be, but did I drop the dust into the fire?
We destroyed all the dust, yes.
Are you sure we didn't just bury it somewhere?
We very fiery destroyed it.
Okay, we're gonna have to kill some bandits on the road and see if we can get some more dust.
But we wanted to stay away from the dust. It's not good stuff. Bad juju.
Yeah, but it's the only way I can talk to the lady.
The lady? Who's the lady?
The lady in my dream. I gotta talk to her again. She didn't give me enough information. I don't quite know what I'm doing here.
So, I also had a vision while I was dreaming, but I did not see a lady. What did she tell you?
Maybe Mara knows who this lady is. Hey guys, let's go to Aonokai.
What can you tell us about this lady? We're not going to go to Aonokai just because you dreamt of a lady.
Killjoy. So it's a lady, and she wants her book back. But apparently she's not much of a librarian because her book is in pieces scattered about the world.
Wow. Okay, I had a figure appear to me too, but it was a bound man, bound in chains, reaching out of waters, begging me for release. And then it offered me a rock, a flat rock the size of its hand. But I couldn't quite reach it until it was slipped out of sight and gone. I don't know what this means either. But I'm not going to go running off to the other side of the world looking for the guy. Not if there's no signs on where to find him. Why do you think Aonokai for this lady?
Well, it's a book, and they got a big library,
There are
and Mara's there.
libraries. There are libraries all over this world.
Yeah, well, do you know where they are? Do you have an easy way to get to them?
Most major cities, I would imagine. Any major guild, probably the keep has a library, I would imagine.
We have privileges in Aonokai.
Well, yes, but it's not near here. This is it's a long way to go on such a thin premise.
Yeah, I got the impression that this is not something that's going to be easy, mere, simple, trivial, and yet
If she
completely and totally worth it.
if she appears to you again and you get more clues, and it really points to Aonokai, then maybe we can go there. But from
Great.
what
So
you
we're
say,
looking for
just
some gray dust.
I don't think we should be taking grey dust just to try and chase our dreams. That's how you've seen what it does to people. They're
Do you
chasing
know
their
how
own
difficult
dreams. Sorry?
Do you know how difficult you're being?
Yeah, completely unreasonable. I know. But I have no desire to be in an uncontrolled, dreamless, well, dreamful, an uncontrolled, sleepful state again. It's not something that I'm used to.
Control freak.
Well, if I did not wake you up, who knows how long you would be still asleep, huh?
And I might know more about where to find the book.
Hmm. But you see, I can also manipulate the dream world. So maybe we can try and work together to find this lady, but without the grey dust. Eh? The grey dust, I think, is going to be a big mistake. Tor, what do you think?
What are my options? What am I choosing from?
Well, you have Arista here, who dreamt of a lady looking for a book, who wants to go to Aonokai just to look for her and partake in the grey dust until she finds her again. And then I am deciding that that is probably not the best course of action.
I would, I would tend to agree. It seems to me that partaking of additional doses of the gray dust might be an extent to your blisters, to your current condition. I would be against that.
Arista, is there anything you can even do about these boils on your skin, these blisters on your skin?
Mark?
Do you have any of your stones? I could do with some. For
Mark?
some reason, I have a really
Can
sore
anyone
head.
Oh, sorry. There's no way on my screen for me to know if my push to talk is working. So, yes. Mark, I don't know. I'll start poking at a boil.
Do you have some of your stones? Because for some reason, I have a really sore head. I don't know whether it's from something in the dream world or something that happened while I was asleep, but wow, it hurts.
Give me a minute. Yeah, no, I've only got one stone left. And I think that that's because I was told by a certain somebody not to worry about it because my stone should be secondary. So I wasn't too worried about it.
Okay. Because we have a cleric with us now, don't we? But I can't remember who. Is that Tor?
Yes, I have unfortunately depleted the blessings of Tuvos for the day.
Well, it's a mild headache. I won't be suffering too much from it, I guess.
So now we're looking
I have
for dust and milk, huh?
Or your plants, huh? I think plants.
Yeah,
is
maybe
easier
it's time to start looking for those bushes. That's been on the to-do list.
so even as one odd is two.
But right now we need to decide what we're going to do about these caverns. This one seems particularly dangerous.
That was my last spell of healing.
Oh, thanks.
Good. No, Veritan. Two hit points per. That's a good question. I gave me control, and so maybe when I grab the d6, I don't know.
Oh, the
Reaver.
reavers.
The Reavers.
Okay, so maybe you want to go and have a word with him about it then.
It's just a really bad allergic reaction, and we all need EpiPens.
Yeah. Ah, we haven't. Okay, I thought we did. Sorry.
I think we need to retreat back somewhere. We're safe for a period of time to treat, to recover. Perhaps if there's any type of a library at the keep, we could do some research and see if there's something we can figure out a pharmacological perspective to treat the boils or to treat the gray skin. If not, maybe we need to go to Inokai.
Well, I can take us to Enokai, or I can take us to the keep, or I can take us into a whole world of trouble down in what's the name of the place again?
Where you ported the guys into, and they immediately were set upon.
Yeah, Holmgren. Yeah, so I can take us to Enokai, I can take us to the keep, or I can take us to Holmgren. But I wouldn't really be in a position to bring us back already the same day, because that would wipe me out pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know that it's necessary the same day. Is anybody married to that idea?
I'm
Well,
sorry,
I
Mary,
was-
what I
Say again?
If we were to go to Inokai, if we
No, there's an urgency to it, but not an immediacy.
to get to or to return from. Okay.
Yes.
Not helpful.
I
Well,
don't
I don't think there's an issue then. Since she wants to go to Inokai, and since we know that there's a large library there, maybe that's the best plan. I don't
I guess there'd be better medical treatment in Enokai if we need it than there would be at the keep, that's for sure, particularly with all the refugees there. But it does seem a shame to be leaving the caverns so soon.
I agree. I agree. But perhaps we could just return tomorrow.
Well, she
Well,
seems
unless
desperate
anybody's
to get back
opposed to it, that's the best.
Okay, let's do that then. So first, I will inscribe a static rune on the wall here. Which cavern is this? So I can make a note. So C area 3.
And again, you don't seem to be in any immediate danger. I mean, other than the appearance change, there's nothing at this point.
Okay. Well,
I'll poke at a boil and say, "It doesn't really hurt. Just think it looks worse than it is."
It could worsen overnight, though.
Yeah, who knows what happens if we sleep again.
Ooh, that's a great idea. Let's take a nap.
Okay. Since there's several suggestions to go to Enokai, and I am, if we go to another cavern, then we're surely going to be putting ourselves in more trouble. Maybe we can go to Enokai, seek some medical attention, go and speak to the priestesses there, and then have a fitful night's sleep in Enokai before we potentially return here.
Sure, that's not a bad idea. I could go along with that.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so I've inscribed a static rune back in this this portal in this location. That cost me 3 runes, and then if I take it, enable the rune back in the library at Enokai, that will cost me 1 more, which will need to be reset at some point in the future. But I don't have the runes to reset that one now.
Okay.
So we go back to the library of Enochai.
And bear with me. I'm trying to. Find the map for that. Maybe I didn't categorize it well. It would appear not. Oh, I over categorized. I have a category just for Enochai. Okay. Let's do that. Let's do this.
Oh, you managed to force me to open the map, I guess.
I was hoping that would happen, although that didn't work.
Well, I was zoomed in, and now I'm zoomed all the way out, so I had opened the map myself.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought that would snap the map into your view. I didn't realize it. Oh, it does
No,
change.
maybe it did for people who were not in the map. I'm not sure.
No.
No. Okay.
No, what map am I on?
Enochai.
Enochai.
Yep.
There's my favorite pentagon.
All right. And where does the rune take you? It takes you to the library, you said, right?
Yep.
And we are an hour and a half from 10, so we'll just say 12 to make it easy. Except that Enochai is like 3 hours behind, so it's 9 in the morning. And I always have this picture when you portal in like that you're on the far side of a column near a wall, so that no one would see you as you step through, but as you sort of appear out of nowhere from behind the column, people will do a double take as they sort of are startled by someone appearing out of thin air, so to speak.
Yep, that's a sensible place to put it.
Yep. So, okay. You're back in your familiar library corner. What do you want to do?
I would like to just walk up and down the aisles and aisles and aisles of books.
Okay. So
maybe something will pop out at me.
Okay. Tor, anything from you?
Actually, try to, if I need to ask, I'll, but I'm looking for the pharmacological section and see if I can stumble onto something that might help this affliction.
Okay. So you're going to start to search. I assume that you would be literate, so you'll be actually able to read what you're looking for. What does Vartan want to do?
I think he's struck on an excellent idea there. I don't think we've actually researched the grey dust in the library in Enochai, so I will help him out, but also ask if there's a librarian in the area. I will ask them if they can also help. I describe the symptoms and the dust, and see whether they recognize anything or know where we should look best.
Okay. Arista is looking just randomly through shelves and nothing in particular?
Yeah, she's just kind of walking up and down the library, really trying to like attune herself to maybe the ethereal world.
Okay. Well,
She's trying to get back that feeling she had in the dream.
gotcha. So Tor and Arista, give me why don't you give me wisdom checks? And give me a second. All right, we'll deal with Tor first. So Tor, you've managed to find the apothecary section, and find a number of volumes dealing with tinctures and tonics and aids in overcoming common diseases. And you find a volume which looks promising. It talks about common ailments found nearby. And you begin to take it down and start to read it. Arista, you find nothing of interest. And Vartan, you do find one of the librarian types sort of engrossed in some sort of tome, seated at a desk. They look very occupied with whatever it is they're reading.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for books on fungal spores that cause, let's say, undesirable effects in people. I have some friends who may be afflicted, and I'm trying to find the best source of knowledge in your library. Would you be able to help me at all, please?
He'll sigh and look up at you, and the apothecary section is down there around the corner, and right where that other man is standing. Oh wait, half-orc. That half-orc is standing.
Yeah, but it's a big section. I was wondering if maybe you know anything specific for fungal spores.
Fungal spores. Very well. He'll slowly.
Thank you very much. I know you're very busy, but it is much appreciated.
He'll sort of place a bookmark where he is at in his book. He'll sort of shut it. He'll slowly scooch his chair back, stand up, and walk over to next to Tor and pull off another book. And it will say something to the effect of, for treatment of odd formations and abnormalities of the skin. And he'll hand it to you and then sort of immediately leave and head back to his desk.
Okay, thank you very much. Very kind of you, sir. And I'll thumb my way through the book. Let's see if there's anything useful in here.
All right, so why don't you and Tor both give me... we'll make it intelligence checks this time. And...
I hope I rolled better in the tower than Tor rolled in
yeah, Tor doesn't seem to be finding much of use in his book, but you actually just sort of, you flop the book open as if by magic right to the page that says for ailments involving discoloration of skin and or blisters.
Whoa, perfect.
And
hey,
yeah,
Tor, take a look at this.
and it mentions an old remedy that treats a disease that has not been seen in a very long time, and it gives a list of ingredients, mostly just sort of local herbs and plant-like pharmacological ingredients, and describes how you would prepare the it's a topical, and how you prepare it. It does mention that it takes many days to heal, and that you have to bandage the affected areas.
But the affected areas would be what? Everything? Or
Everything in your case, yeah.
Mm.
It does mention that in advanced cases of the disease, the blisters form into large pustules, large blisters, which will eventually break and can become infectious.
Infectious, not contagious, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, contagious. Yes.
No. You said infectious. Okay, so let's take out a sheet of paper and jot down this full set of details on this, and then I think we need to try and find a apothecary or alchemist or anyone who may be able to help us source these ingredients and prepare them appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, I would want to bandage Arista's blisters. So that's what I'm doing. I'm scribing all this down on a piece of paper. Of course, I can just remember it because I can, but I think a written record would be useful just in case anything happens to me, and the others can carry on the good work. When I see Arista walk past the end of the stack, I will also call her over and suggest that she also read the book.
Okay, I'll read it.
So this is what I think happened to us. Now we're suffering, if you look, just as it describes here. So I'm keen to get this remedy to bandage up your blisters.
Are we really suffering, Mark?
No, that was what I was trying to say. There's no, I mean, other than the appearance, aesthetics, there's really no, you don't feel any different, and yeah.
Well, I guess the blisters aren't comfortable. I said, I guess the blisters aren't comfortable.
Yeah, although they're not. I mean, yeah, you sense that they're there, in as much as when you move, they might brush against your clothing and be slightly irritating, but they don't. There's no direct pain associated with them, nor are they itchy or.
Yeah, I think it's best just to treat it as a precaution rather than wait until we have some real symptoms to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked the others if there's anything else we need from the library while we're here. It's still early in the day. We have plenty of time.
Yep.
No, I'm satisfied. I'm happy to go and find an apothecary if that's where we're going next.
Arista, did you find what you were looking for?
No, but I think I'm only halfway through the library.
If you like, we can leave you here while we get the ingredients.
I'd be up for that.
Okay, then we will leave her in the relative safety of the library to do her wandering as she sees fit. Maybe she spots a woman with a torn up book, or maybe she doesn't, but hopefully she's out of harm's way while we look for the ingredients.
Mark, do I have an idea of how old this book might be?
I'm not sure which book you're talking about. what I relate
The
to,
one in the dream told me about.
not a book, a number of pages.
Yes, but the original book, because the page presumably were all in a book at some point.
She said nothing about a book necessarily, or what it would look like, or she said tome. So I suppose you could assume that it was a book, but it could just be a bunch of loose leaf pages bound together somehow.
Yeah, so while she thinks about her tome, we will go and raid the apothecary to see if we can get the list of ingredients.
Okay. And you might happen to know that there's an apothecary not far from here, maybe a couple of blocks over. So you could certainly get there within a few moments walk. I'm thinking that if I recall Sorak before, I think the moment he sort of arrives, I think he would have probably gone and tried to find a temple to pray at or pay
Drink mead
homage.
at.
Or that's right. What am I thinking? Yes, he would have probably headed straight for the closest tavern. Belisar, I don't think he's been here.
Has Belisar not been here?
Yeah, I don't recall, because he met you outside the caverns not so long ago. So I don't think he's traveled with you here before. So I'm not sure what he would do. I hate to think ill of him and think he would immediately go off and try to practice his roguish talents, but
Well, I think maybe he would go with uh, yeah, see you go with Sorak, I think. So if Sorak's heading for a bar, it's the best way to find out a bit more about this strange town he's just arrived in. If he goes with Sorak, then Sorak can maybe explain a bit about the town, and he can pick up some rumors in the bar while Sorak is drinking, and maybe pick up any potential leads for light-fingered nonsense.
yeah, discover opportunities,
Yeah,
enterprises,
those.
grifts.
And then that would just leave myself and Tor. Tor, are you up for going to the apothecary with me? Or do you want to keep an eye on Arista? I think she's fine.
Absolutely.
I'm fine. You
Yeah, I think she's fine. I'll
wait
go
with me.
You've taken a strange
So
turn lately. They'll leave you to it.
we all scatter to the four winds because, as we all know, splitting the party is always the best idea.
Mm-hmm. And I only helped a little. Okay. So what could go wrong in the big city? All right, so you take a stroll down the street toward where you believe the apothecary to be, and a few moments later, and I just heard a bloop. So did we lose someone? Oh, we lost Arista.
Jen for now.
Yeah. Okay, and you arrive, and you can already tell by looking at the list that most of the ingredients are things you've probably heard before, and a few items that seem a little bit far-fetched, like Eye of Newt and Breath of a red-headed sparrow, seem a little odd, but who knows. So, anyway, as you arrive, you'll see a building, fairly nondescript. There'll be a sign on the door. It'll have a sort of an image of a mortar and pestle, and it'll say apothecary. And as you enter, you will see a short, gnomish-looking man behind a counter. When he looks human, he's just very short, and he has sort of a very long nose, large ears, and he too looks engrossed in some sort of book, and will barely look up as you enter.
Okay, I don't know what Tor's plan is. I will just walk over and stand next to the guy patiently waiting for him to finish his page or whatever, but in a way that makes it very clear that I am waiting and not just standing there for fun.
I'll
Okay.
knock on the counter to get his attention.
He'll say, "Yes, I see you standing there. What do you need?"
I slide the page, the handwritten page, over to him and say, we've encountered some fungus spores, and I need to have a remedy for an acquaintance of mine. This is what we found in the library. Do you think you can help?
Possibly. These fungus spores. Is this contagious? Have you brought me some illness?
No, there's no contagion if you're not breathing in the spores, and I don't have any spores here. I look around myself, pat my pockets as if they're about to suddenly start pouring out, and just look at him and shake my head.
Well, friend, you don't look well. Are you the infected one?
No, no, no. It's for my acquaintance. She has some mild blisters that we need to bandage as soon as possible.
Oh, very interesting. Blisters. Well, let me take a look. He'll sort of scan the list, and he'll say, "Yes, I think I can supply all of these items. Tell me, friend, how are you intending to pay?"
Well, I was hoping that you could make the concoction for us, not just to source the ingredients.
Oh,
I
I
can give you the
see.
page of the full step by step, and then we can just take the concoction and apply it to her bandages and hopefully heal her. On
Oh,
pay, I have some money. I'm not a wealthy man, but I should be able to reach your fees. How much do you think it will cost?
it depends. I'm not exactly licensed as a physician, so although I could probably perform this act for you, this task for you, it involves some risk, as I might get caught operating without a license. So, will you
Well,
be?
this is an apothecary. I'm just
This is
asking you
paying
to
no
create
time.
create a concoction from your apothecary.
Oh,
I
I can.
hope that you are licensed to make your concoctions.
Oh, I can make it. Then I'll leave it to you to apply it.
Yes, yes, of course.
Okay. Okay. I must have misunderstood. Well, let me see. Let's that and add that and carry the one and yes, I think for the ingredients and for it looks like this will take 2 hours to prepare. Let us say 500 gold.
Sorry, I must have misheard you for a moment. I thought you said 500 gold.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, the ingredients alone are around 200, and this involves a lot of very intense attention.
For 2 hours. Now,
For
come
2
on,
hours,
two
yes.
hours, 2 hours of work for 300 gold. That seems a little excessive, don't you think?
Yes, well,
I can be reasonable here, but
taxes are high, you
you
know.
taxes. I don't know anyone that knows I'm here buying these ingredients from you, and certainly my acquaintance doesn't want to spread the fact that she's got blisters from a fungus spore.
Oh, so you need discretion as well. Well, maybe 500 is not enough. Maybe I should ask for a little more to keep this discreet.
Well, I was thinking discretion on your part to avoid the taxes, but
I see.
If you're too honest to take a little cash when it comes your way, that's up to you.
You don't work for the guard, do you?
Again, I look at myself and pat myself down, and no, certainly not.
You know you have to tell me if you're some sort of undercover guardsman. You have to tell me. Otherwise, it's entrapment,
I honestly swear I am not a member of the guard, and nor is he. Look at him. Have you seen an orc in the guard of Aenochai?
Well, no, of course not. And I have noticed that he seems to carry himself like he has no fear around here, which I find both amusing and alarming at the same time. Very well. Let's make it 400.
See, you were heading the right way. I think 50 gold for 2 hours work is very reasonable. 250 is good.
Oh, I have to think about this. You have the gold, I assume. Do you have it on you?
Well, I have maybe. Hang on, let me just check. I have some gems I can use, and the rest I can top up with platinum or gold if I need to.
Okay.
I do assume you prefer gems because, of course, they're much more discreet for you to handle.
Yes, I can deal with gems. I tell you what, if you leave me 200 now and then come back in about 3 hours, and I will have your preparations and you can pay me the remainder.
The remainder, 50.
50, yes.
Okay, I reach into my pouch and I take out one of the sapphires worth 200 gold and slide that over to him and say, this should be worth 200 gold.
Why, yes, this will do nicely. This will help me procure the few items I will need to source outside of my current domicile.
I love
Office,
how the exchange rate is the same here and there.
Yeah.
Well, no, the sapphires we actually had appraised here, I believe, in Aenochai.
Do you really?
Yeah. We did have some appraised in the keep, but most of them, I think, we sorted out a whole bunch of cash last time we were in Aenochai and changed them for gems. So yes, I will bring 50 gold. I'll see you in 3 hours. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Tor, is there anything else you need from this very kind gentleman?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. All right. What do you want to do now, Tor?
No,
We have 3 hours on our hands.
Would not be opposed to grabbing a bite to eat. I am somewhat hungry, and then perhaps back up with.
Okay. So lead on. I'll tell you if I see anywhere that I recognize. But if there's anywhere else you want to drop in, then let's live dangerously and try something new.
But there is the tavern that's being rebuilt after it was burned.
Yeah.
Not far from you.
Yeah, you see that tavern over there. Yeah. That was an unfortunate accident the last time we were here. Less said about that one, the better.
Yeah, maybe you don't go there, huh?
Yeah, perhaps we wouldn't be welcome there. Let's continue. I'm used to fairly typical fare. I wouldn't even know what living dangerously from a culinary perspective would mean, but I'm certainly follow your lead.
Well, last time we were here, or one of the first times we were here, we had this incredible flat bread with toppings. Forget the name of it now, but it was very good. Arista had some sent up to the temple.
Does sound tasty.
So yeah, we head back in the direction of that place where we bought the flatbreads last time with toppings.
Bear with me a moment. Okay. Arista, hopping back to the library for a second. Arista, at some point you will stumble across the sort of, we'll call it mythology section.
Nice. Okay, yeah, because I
Definitely.
was going to say at some point I'm going to start being a little more deliberate in my exploration.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, if you're just wandering aimlessly about the library, I'm not sure how much useful that was going to be, but eventually you would have stumbled across it and maybe something caught your eye. There is a number of books which describe various religions and deities. Yeah.
Well, I was testing the theory that the pages I was looking for might like glow or levitate or something when I got near them.
Mm-hmm. Well, that certainly doesn't happen here, or at least it hasn't happened so far.
Right. So rather than think that that theory is wrong, I'm going to take a new tack and think, okay, well, that's still a possibility, and the pages simply aren't in this library.
Mm-hmm.
But this library has a lot of books, and there might be books about books that aren't books anymore and got scattered.
Oh, I see.
So, yeah, so I'm going to research the issue now, and I think I'm going to enlist a librarian's aid.
Okay. Well, the only librarian within sight, at least, is the one that Baraton had spoken to. So, again, he
Cool.
looks...
That's not the one that I conscripted to copy that one book for me, is it?
No, this is yet another stranger.
Okay. Perfect stranger. Gotcha.
Yep. Also, again, engrossed in his book. So.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk up to him and say, pardon me.
He'll say, he'll seem perturbed that you're disturbing him, and he'll barely look at you above the rim of his glasses and say, yes, I've seen you wandering aimlessly about. Are you looking for something in particular?
Well, I think I might be now. Perhaps there's someone around here who can help with that.
It depends. What is your problem, my child? Perhaps there are places you could go that provide a shelter for those whom are lost or have no home. Would that help you, my dear? Or do you need a physician?
I'm trying to decide how offended to be, because aren't I like a patron of this library? Like, I've given them my books, yes?
Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone in the library is familiar with who you are. And besides,
right, so I'm trying to decide, am I be offended or not?
That's up to you. You will notice
your current appearance, you might.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Tor.
No, that's it. I was just saying, maybe you don't appear like patron of the arts.
Yeah, but I keep forgetting that I don't appear that way because I feel fine.
Yeah, you will see. He seems a little uneasy as he's sort of eyeing your some of your blisters on your skin, and he'll say, it appears you really do need perhaps a physician of the body as well as the mind. Would you like me to find
Oh,
someone for you?
no, actually, I feel fine. My friends are off getting me some kind of elixir. I'll be right as right. I mean, it looks bad. That's all.
I see. And he'll he'll lean back farther from you and say, "Well, child, what can I help you for? What is it that you're looking for? What do you seek?"
I'm looking for a book about books that are no longer books.
How very abstract. Abstract.
All right. Well,
I
maybe I
don't
can make
quite
it a
catch your drift.
little. Okay, so I'm looking for a book. Well, actually, I don't know if it's a book. I'm looking for pages to a book, but the pages are no longer in a book. But they might be in other books. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for a book about books that might be scattered. Are there any stories like that?
I
Not.
do hope Arista's still there when we get back and not dragged off to the funny farm.
Young lady, I'm afraid I don't really catch what you're looking for. You seem to be speaking in riddles and in sort of in circles almost. You're talking about books that aren't books, and pages in a book that aren't there. I don't think I found.
Oh, I'm so glad you understand. Okay, so maybe
Yes.
there's a story about a book that is made up of pages, but the pages are in different places. And when you put the pages together, then you have the book as it was intended. But the book has not been united like that. If ever, it's been some time.
Yes. Well, perhaps I have something that can help you. And he'll slowly get up and sort of walk, around you, sort of trying to keep some distance. And he'll walk down a few aisles and he'll lead you to a section entitled Self-Help. And in it, he'll pull out a book and hand it to you. And he'll say, perhaps this can help. And it says, the title of it is What to Do When You Feel Lost, a self-help book for those who have lost something and can't put their finger on it.
No, not quite. I'm thinking more of maybe like a historical fiction, maybe a religious tome of some kind.
Well, we have plenty of religious tomes. Any particular religion you're looking for?
Well, is there a religion that has a lost book?
Again, dear, I'm afraid I have no clue what you're talking about. No, nothing that I know of.
Okay.
Perhaps if you told me what this book is supposed to be about. Is it a book that you want to write? We have books about writing.
No, it's a book about magic.
Oh, I see. Yes. We do have a number of books about magic, but perhaps you might want to inquire at the Mages Guild.
No, I don't think that would be helpful. Okay. What about the religion of those ladies over there?
I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Mara's sisterhood.
How are you referring to? I'm not sure what you mean over there. What does that mean?
Pointing in the direction of their convent or monastery or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's quite a ways away. I mean, if you zoom out, it's way up at the north end of this map. So, I mean, you're just sort of pointing in a vague direction. He's not going to follow what you mean.
Oh, okay, then I'll be a little more descriptive. Up there, over there by the place there near the tavern and yeah, and I'll give him some, like, milestone stuff.
Okay. Well, he will simply say, "I'm not quite sure what it is you're referring to, my dear. I'm really not knowledgeable about such things. So perhaps if you know where they are, maybe you could inquire there."
Yeah, sounds like I may need to. There's no like map here in town, in the library of the town.
There probably could be. I mean, if you look in the maps section, but you'd know your general way around. Recall if you go back, what I guess that would be probably several weeks in game time. You
Yeah, but
traveled
if
from
I
the tavern
have a
to
map, I
the
could see where the sisterhood is.
yeah. Well, I think he's made it clear he doesn't really know much about the sisterhood or the abbey or anything.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Well. Okay. How long have Tor and Pete been gone?
At this point, probably 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna go get something to eat instead of coming right back here, huh?
I don't know. I'm not your friends. I did see that they left the building some time ago.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, thanks. I'll see you later. I'm gonna go out toward the front door, maybe walk out the front door. But I'm gonna look around on my way out if I recognize any of the librarians.
No, he's the only one that's visible. They don't have like a checkout desk, so it's not like you're walking out of a modern library and there's a.
I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run back to him real quick before I leave, and I'm gonna ask him, are there other librarians here on other days?
Well, yes, there are several of us that tend to the library.
Great, because there's one who's in charge of the archival area, right?
Yes, and they are not here today.
Wonderful. What day should I come back?
Well, they are on vacation, so I don't expect them back for several more days. Perhaps you could return in about 3 days.
Of course. Great. 3 days. Sure. Okay, I'm going to leave the library.
Mm-hmm.
What time of year is it?
It is, I believe, sort of towards summer. If I look at the calendar, we're in the month of Vulcan. So about, well, actually maybe mid-spring.
Okay.
All right.
I got to decide. Am I going to go off to the sisterhood by myself, or am I going to hang out and wait for the guys to come back?
Well, while you're
Are
just...
there like any? Go ahead.
No, finish your question.
Are there any like street vendors or anything in the area?
Street vendors? You mean peddling wares in the street?
Yes.
No, at least not in this part of town. There are a
Okay.
few other areas where you might find something like that, where there might be having like a farmer's market kind of thing.
Yeah, but no like hot dog stand or anything.
No, there's no hot dog stands in Enokai. But
No wiener
Vartan,
man with.
no, Vartan and Tor would have found a small tavern by now, though. So, and it would not be far.
Yes, but I wouldn't know where they were. So.
That is true.
Okay.
Anything in particular that Vartan or Tor are interested in having, or shall we just assume you found a tavern to your liking? And
Yeah, I went back to the place where we got the flatbreads for the temple last time. I forget what we called them, but
I'm trying to remember that now. I honestly don't remember.
Arista made a big order for everyone in the temple, but it was, yes, pizza under a different name, if I remember correctly.
Oh yes. Oh, okay. That if I remember correctly, is a bit farther north. It's it may have even been across that river to the north.
Yeah, but I wanted to share the experience with Tor. So he was looking
Okay.
for something that I recommend in the town. I'm like, yep, this is the stuff.
Okay. Well, that would be a significant walk. I mean, you're welcome to do it, but that's not you're not.
Well, we've
leaving
got
the
3 hours to get there, eat, and get back. If
Sure,
it's doable
yeah.
in that time, then we'd go there. Otherwise, we'll find something closer.
Yeah. No, I would say you could probably reach it just winging it. I would say within 30 minutes. A 30-minute stroll. Yeah, because it'd probably take you an hour to get from one side of the city to the next.
Yeah, so we'll go there and eat there, and then head back to the apothecary when we're done.
Okay.
Ready to take the medication back to the library, where surely Arista is still waiting for us.
Well, I hope so. Arista, did you actually leave the library, or where are you heading?
I imagine myself kind of on like the front steps, kind of looking around, trying to decide what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking to see if I can see Tor and Vartan.
Okay.
Wondering if I still have that meat and cheese with bread in my bag. I don't think so. I think I gave it to somebody at the keep.
Yeah, the refugees. So you were sitting there about 15 or 20 minutes, and you notice several guards and a man in a sort of long white robe walking, and they appear to be heading straight towards you. And as soon as they get near, the man in the white robes will is an older man, balding, and he
Well,
will...
if they're walking right toward me, then I'm going to head off to the nearest bush.
Nearest bush.
Yes.
There are a few bushes right near the building, but you would be seen plain as day doing that. Just so you know.
That's okay. I don't care if I'm seen. I just need a bush.
Okay. Well,
Because then I can cast my spell.
Okay.
And duck into my little tunnel.
Gotcha. Well, you notice as you go to hide behind the bush, they seem to change direction and appear to be following you. And actually, as you sort of turn the corner to start walking behind the bush, they appear to pick up their pace.
Great, then I have to cast my spell really quickly.
Mm-hmm. You would have enough time.
Great, then I'm going to cast my spell and dive into my hole, hidey hole.
Okay. Are you heading anywhere in particular, or are you just going down your hole?
I don't get a choice where my hole comes out, but I'll go to wherever my hole comes out.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if anyone finds the entrance, it's not like the entrance is obscured. If they clearly know where you cast it from, they would see the. With a little bit of searching, they'd be able to find the same burrow entrance.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe you have buried bodies in these bramble burrows before. But during its... Actually, do you even still have that spell?
I thought I got all my original spells.
No, they were changed out, if you recall. You may have left. It may have been there, but if you look in your spells... Yes, you still have bramble
Because I
burrows.
still have the steep stones.
Yep. No, you still have bramble burrows.
Yes,
But
I thought.
until and the way you've used it in the past, it creates a sort of large burrow hole in the ground, wide enough for one person to pass through, and you would travel through it through like an underground dugout hole. And
Right, but I couldn't bring anybody into it with me until I was a certain level, and they could only find it if I brought them in.
I'm imagining it as a burrow big enough for one, but you do have a point. It is limited in that you
The
can only
entrance
take...
is only to the caster's eyes, but they can guide in up to one person per caster level.
Okay. Never mind. They will see you duck behind a bush, and if you do cast it, then I guess you descend into your burrow, and whether you choose to follow it till its end or just camp out here and return, it's up to you, but they will look around for a few minutes, try to do a decent search in the area, and sort of shrug off and walk away.
Nice. Okay, so I think what I may do then is kind of hang out near the entrance of the burrow and every now and then pop up and see if Tor and Varatan are nearby.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out for them.
Golly, I wonder what those guys.
Well, it's back to Vartan and Tor. You eventually would reach the flatbread shop, and you do find that they are still serving them, and they are still as tasty as you recall.
This is wondrous fare.
Yes, I thought you'd like it. It's quite unique, isn't it?
It is another facet of human society that I was unaware of. What is it called?
I check on the wall or on the menu, or just flag down a waiter to give us the name. Hey, what is this called again?
I wish I remember what they were called. I don't know. We could call them Pizzah. How's that?
Pizzah.
Pizzah.
Yeah, I think they call it pizzah. It's something a little bit special.
It's a dish brought from a faraway land.
It's a stranger, but one that I remember.
Yeah, maybe we should learn how to make this stuff. It'd be fantastic as a snack on the road if it's not too difficult.
That is an enlightened position indeed. It would certainly take some out of long marches with some pizzazz in one's belly.
It's just bread made flat and then covered with all these delicious ingredients. It shouldn't be too difficult.
What a wondrous invention.
Meanwhile,
Perhaps we
I'm
should
hiding in the
some for
ground.
the others.
Yeah, we can certainly get some to go. Let's get some made up and wrapped for us. So we'll order some extra pizza for some to take for the others as well.
They will tell you as you order them. You know, we do make them in a folded over shape. You just sort of, it's baked as sort of a bread with all these fillings inside too.
Well, I guess that's easier to carry. It's not going to make a mess.
Yep.
Yeah, the ones to go, we'll have them folded over style, please.
Yep. And they do take a few minutes to make, so they make them fresh for you. So they're about 15 minutes.
That's fine. Just finishing up here. Do you want something to drink, Tor?
Ale? Whichever.
Yeah. So 1 ale, 1 wine, please.
All right. And that's to go, I assume.
Well, the ale and wine is to drink while we wait, but the rest is to go.
Yes, of course.
So with our bellies sated, we'll drink up and grab our pizza folded over style. Pay our tab. How much is that going to rush us?
Oh, we'll
Including
say
the extras.
yeah. We'll say 3 gold.
Oof. That's an occasional treat.
I shall handle this since you absorbed all costs for the other.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Speaking of which, we should get back and collect that already. I'm sure Arista must be waiting impatiently. And then we have the delight of trying to find our colleagues again.
Well, we'll say Sorak.
Let us get underway then.
Yeah, Sorak and Alkias will arrive shortly before you, and I don't know how attentive Arista is being to the front of the library, but they will eventually come.
Extremely attentive.
Okay. You will
You'd
see.
think that she was a gopher.
Mm-hmm. Well, Alkias will be. He'll be sort of swaying slightly as he's returning, and he seems very cheerful. And I'm sorry, that's the Alkias. I meant Sorak will be swaying, and he and Alkias will sort of sound like they're trading jokes and laughing, and even sort of hugging around each shoulder. Although a dwarf and a human sort of leaning on each other and walking. Okay. Might be a little odd, but not for them.
This is after we've collected the medication from the apothecary, yeah?
That's right. You need to go to the apothecary first, so yeah, that's why you'll be behind Sorak and Alkias. Yep. So yep, you can return.
If you're happy for me to just pay the 50 gold, unless there are complications, of course.
Yep. Nope.
That's complications.
No. He, the gnomish looking fellow looks quite pleased and wishes you good luck and hands over it's sort of a large jar with some sort of greasy looking salve in it.
I slide over the 5 platinum and thank him very much for his efforts. Knowing that we probably got completely rooked, but hey.
He'll,
And then we'll take the jar back to the library. Yeah?
Yep. So, Arista, you're going to leave and connect with Tor and Elkias? Not Tor and Elkias. I'm sorry. Sorak and Elkias.
Yes. Without leaving my hidey hole if I can help it.
No, you'll have to leave your hidey hole. You're behind a bush, which is why I'm a little hesitant to say you could even see them, but
I couldn't pop up and go, hey, guys, over here.
that's how you're going to call them?
Prairie dog style.
Yeah, all right. Well, they're gonna sort of look startled and look around, like, and they won't see you at first.
Down
Do we
here, I'm
need
in
to
my
see
hidey
if-
hole.
Do we need to see if Arista casts a shadow? Know whether it's going to rain for the next days.
Sorak will point at you. He'll say something like, "It's a groundhog." No, it's Arista. And he and Alkias will just bust out laughing. And he'll
Yeah.
say, what are you doing down there in the hole? What are you doing behind this bush?
Have you guys seen Tor and Vartan?
No, not since we left the library. We found this great tavern. The meat was great
I bet it
and
is.
cheap.
There's these guys in white coats after me.
What? I saw some guards and some men in white robes. I don't know. They're after you?
Yeah, that's them. Yeah.
Well, wait. Let's go flag them down.
Before time.
Let's see what they want.
No! No, don't do that. I'm sure it's no good. They think I'm crazy, I'm sure.
Probably not.
Well, you're really drunk, I think. So, do you think that would be a really good idea right now? Anyway, they'll probably put you in the tank.
The tank. Oh, only if it's full of meat. I'd say at this point, just to kind of move it along, Tor and Vartan, you can witness this as you're rounding the corner as well.
Looks like you guys had
Clearly,
fun.
they've spent their time well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Tor Vartan, you see our gopher here, our groundhog?
Yeah. Hey, we've got something for you guys. Are you hungry?
I'm starving. I've been stuck in this hole for hours. Where have you been?
You remember that pizza we had last time when you bought some for the temple?
Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, I've got some more of that for everyone. So how about you sit quietly and eat your pizza, and we will dip some bandages in this concoction and wrap them around your blisters. Huh?
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Where are you proposing to do this? And are you going to cover her entire body?
Well, where she has blisters, assuming she's not completely covered in blisters.
Oh yeah, no, they're all over.
Just a few.
No, they're all over.
Oh.
They're not very dense. They're sparsely located, but
Okay.
Maybe we better go get a room at the end or something.
Yeah. Let's go back to one of the. What was that tavern you were like? Was it any good? Alkias? Sorak?
oh, it's fantastic. It's just around the corner.
They have rooms?
No, this is just a tavern. I don't know. Maybe we could go back to that other inn where we stayed last time. I'm sure they liked us. I remember them liking us. I'm sure we could get a good room rate.
Let's try somewhere different. I'd prefer not to become too familiar in any one place here. Huh? I can't remember last time where we stayed. It wasn't the time that we burned everything down, though. So
Oh, okay. I thought that was the last time.
I think we've been back since then, at least once.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll find another.
We went to see the mages and stuff. So, yeah.
That's right. But I didn't realize you'd stayed the night then. I'm sure you would find another inn up the street. Perhaps.
Yeah. But a town this size, they must have a fair few inns.
Yep.
So,
Well,
yeah,
it's
we'll head.
noon, so you're welcome to stroll up the street.
Yeah, we'll go looking for an inn and get at least a room or two.
Yeah, I'll
because
stand in
we
the
need-
middle of the group.
We need to stay the night, so everyone needs to be rested. So at least we can heal up, or at least try to heal up Arista as best we can.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
No.
But maybe just dabbing it on some of the blisters. It may be the ones that we can wrap. We wrap. She might look like a patchwork mummy or something, but we do, we do what we can.
Well, and to remind you, it looks like you needed to keep it wrapped for up to 3 days. So the treatment was like a multi-day treatment.
Well,
That sounds like
So
an
I'm gonna be
Arista
stuck in this
problem,
room
not
for a
a
while?
Vartan problem.
I'm sorry, what'd you say,
It
Jen?
looks that way, yes.
So I'm going to be stuck in this room for a while.
It's up to you. I mean, you could certainly walk around with wraps on. There wouldn't be any harm. You might draw attention, but it's up to you.
Especially if you swing a bell. Unclean, unclean, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, we'll
The
certainly draw.
We've been
some-
looking for you, and
You'll certainly be left alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll find people clear the street for you.
Well, if we do want to spend some time here doing research, I need to get studying on some of the runes that I observed last time I was here. So
that's certainly something you
that's
could
good
do.
plan.
And I'll tell you, that's not a bad idea because right before the session started, I had handed out XP, and according to the sheet, Vartan, you are just over the 9,000. So is 9,000 level 4?
yep, 9001 is the first experience of level 4.
Yep. So you just leveled, so it would be a good
that's
time.
2 levels worth of runes that I need then. Because I really didn't get a chance to learn them from last time. So yeah, I suggest to everyone that we spend some time doing some research while we're in the town and while Arista's healing up. Arista can do her research in the library. I can do my runic research that I need to do. If anyone else has any other clues or things that they want to research in the meantime, any rumors about the caverns or strange things or anything about the zombie plague at Holmgren, see what news has reached the city, etc., etc.
Okay. Well,
So in addition,
Yeah, go on.
to say in addition to that, that probably wouldn't take too long. I'm also going to, just go about the city, trying to learn more about humans, trying to do some good deeds here and there, just minor things, that type of thing.
Become a pizza delivery driver.
That probably would never get delivered, but yeah.
yeah, he wouldn't last long at the job, right? Customers keep telling us you never
maybe,
deliver.
some typical labor things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you said you were going to look into the zombie plague. You're going to look for runes. I'm assuming if Rista is able, she would still do some searching for, I'm not sure what yet.
Yeah, Arista's next plan is to find the sisterhood.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
And then we will need time at some point to level up as well.
yeah.
Not sure what that will involve. So I don't know when you'll have the server online because I'm not going to have time tonight to do it, unfortunately.
Just ping me in Gilded, and I can bring it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, during my day or whatever. Or I can even leave it up for a spell. I find though that it won't stay up like consistently for 24 hours. I find that every time I've tried to leave it up for more than a day, I've come back and it's crashed. So
That's fine. I'll ping you on a day when I have some time, and if you can just put it up, and then I'll pop in whenever I can to try and do what I need to do. Is there anyone else who needs to level up as well, or is it just me?
I think it's just you.
I think it's just you. I'm about 850 from leveling.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And Tor, actually, you're the next closest, I think. 200 something.
Yeah, a little under 300.
What
Maybe next
level
time.
are you guys?
I'm 3.
Ready to hit 4?
Yep.
Just a reminder,
Yes.
what were we
Yeah.
doing for the hit points again?
I am inclined to say let's roll for it. Because I believe when we
That's what we've
created
been
them,
doing.
yeah, when we created them, I think that was a fixed amount. It was a percentage or whatever. And then after that, we're just letting the die.
Yeah, no problem. I can roll for it. Just
I
want to be sure
thought that
before I
we've
do
been
it.
rolling them from the beginning because that's why I only have 8 after 3 levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think we might have been rolling for it, but I couldn't remember at all because it's been a while.
Yeah, I might have written it down. I haven't read the house rules book in a while, so.
Mine happens to be a value divisible by 3, but it certainly isn't maxed out or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, let me look right after we end the session, and I'll confirm. But unless I say something, it'll just be roll as regular. And for the record, too, everyone who had their amulet gets it back, right? So Tor and
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And Alkias, I think, was the other one.
Yeah, Alkias.
Alkias, yes. Okay. Well, I think with that, unless there's anything else, we're up on time. Sorry we got a late start, but hopefully next weekend we'll get
Things happen.
we'll get Sorak back.
Yeah,
just be
I
down
hope
one.
everything's okay.
Yeah, no, he just said he had unexpected shopping, so honeydews.
Yeah, and I don't know whether the issue is gilded or what, but there was a bit of chicanery around the audio quality today, but hopefully that'll be cleared up next time.
Yeah. Now, on that note, it seems fine to me now. I mean, I agree. We had a lot of trouble at the beginning, but I haven't noticed any real problems since at least maybe halfway through. Is anybody else experiencing the same thing, or?
Yeah, it's been fine for me.
Yeah, I actually got to the point where I could hear Toro every time.
Maybe.
Yeah,
it did get better later.
Okay, so for what it's worth, I did go in and tweak the quality way down, thinking if we're not, consuming as much bandwidth, maybe you would have better.
That maybe did it then, yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't noticed any change in quality, to be honest with you. So, but hopefully that'll still work for us going forward. And if we do it if we still have problems one more time, then I guess we'll have to think about an alternative voice chat. But I hate to keep changing on this, so. But let's leave it there, and Pete, I hope you're feeling better soon. So.
Yeah, me too. All right. Thank you very much. Good to get back into things.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Thanks.
for the game. See you guys next time.
Yep.
Cheers.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.